Hello guys, my name is Desmond and I welcome you to my lesson for today where we will be looking at your mathematics. So ladies and gentlemen, as always, please do allow me to say it is very much important that I say it is very much important because what I'm about to say, it's massively massively important, ladies and gentlemen, that I say a day without learning something new, it's a day wasted. By so saying, please, honorable members, please do make sure that by the end of each and every lesson that I conduct, you learn something new. Very much important, ladies and gentlemen, over there. So in today's lesson, this is what we'll be looking at, question number 11. So what I'm going to do is to read through the given statement, at the same time looking at that diagram, and lastly I'm going to take you through these questions. But most importantly, I'm not going to be doing any calculations. It's just a matter of me guiding you in terms of how you answer this type of questions. So let's see. What I'm going to do now is to quickly read through that statement, and then from there we will see the questions. So let's see. The sketch below shows one side of the elevation of a house. Some dimensions, most importantly in meters, are indicated on the figure. That is the statement. That's all that you have. So let's quickly try to have a look at that elevation of a house. Let's see, by looking at that, you can see you've got point A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. So you actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. And you can see you've got a triangle there. You also have a triangle there. You can say you've got a rectangle there. You've got a shape looking like a rectangle there. It may also look like a square, but at this point in time, we are not really sure whether it's a square or a rectangle. But as we continue, we might notice that it's not that much necessary for us to know if it's a rectangle or a square. Something very much important that you need to be aware of. Let's quickly check. So you've got a right-angled triangle there. You also have a right-angled triangle there. Meaning you can use the trig ratios when answering questions related to those triangles, which are right-angled triangle. What are the trig ratios? That's when we talk about cos, sine, and tan. These are the trig ratios. So very quickly, let me remove all of that, and then we look at the next part of that elevation. So let's see, what else are we having there? We've got that type of a shape. We also have that type of a shape. And we are given dimensions. You can see there from A to D, we've got the dimension. Also, from A to B, we've got a dimension. And then also there, we've got a dimension, which is that one. And also from that point to that point, it is still the same as that distance. Maybe very quickly, let's try to have a look at the questions and see if we can make sense out of the information that we have. So let's see. The question says, calculate, most importantly, round off to 1 decimal place. So that means whatever that you're going to be calculating, make sure to round off to 1 decimal place. Very, very much important, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see. The first question says, calculate EC, that is 11.1. EC, where is E? Where is C? There is E. Let me quickly do that. There it's E, there it's C. So the question now is, what are we going to use to determine EC? Can we use the trig ratios? It's unfortunate we can't because we don't have enough information for that. But something very, very interesting is that, remember, you are dealing with triangles. So this is a full triangle where you've got this side, you've got this side, and you've got an included angle, which means you can use something to determine that side, which is EC. This is where you need to ask yourself a question. Are you then going to use the cosine rule or the sine rule? I think I've given you a guide in terms of how you approach this question. So it's either you use the cosine rule or the sine rule. That is how you are going to find a EC. So 11.2, it says in triangle DCE, where it's that. Let's see, in triangle DEC, from D, let's go to C, from there let's go to E. So that is the triangle that they are talking about. And most importantly, they want you to determine that angle C in that triangle. So remember, guys, at this point in time, you do know what that length is because you calculated it in the previous question. So it seems like one can use the sine rule because you're going to say the angle over its opposite side. And again, you equate it to the angle over its known opposite side. In that way, you will be able to calculate that angle in triangle DCE. I think it makes sense. So very quickly, guys, let's move on to the next question. I notice it's almost 10 minutes on this question. So I'm hoping to complete this question in less than 15 minutes so that we don't spend a lot of time on this question. But most importantly, I'm hoping that with these tips that I'm providing you, you will be able to attempt this question. So let's see. The next question says, obviously, what is it? Let's see. They want you to now calculate the area of a triangle DEC. Let me try to draw that again. Let's see. A area of triangle DEC, area of triangle DE, and then from there you go to C. I think we can use the area rule because that triangle, it's not a right angled triangle, considering that it's allocated 2 marks. You know the area, it's equals to half, you can say length times breadth and then sine of an angle. So you obviously have that. You obviously have that side there. And you are going to multiply by sine of that angle. And that's how you are going to easily calculate the area of triangle DEC. I think that was a straightforward question. So very quickly, let's see if we can move on to the last question, and then we'll be done with this question. So let's see. The next question says, calculate the height of EF. The height of EF. Let's see. Where is E? Okay, there is E, and then F is there. So that is the height that they want you to calculate from E to F. I think I already noticed something. Let's see, it's allocated only 3 marks. So from what I understand, actually EF, it's equals to EG, and you plus it with GF. So that means if you can know what that height is, obviously this one is that one, it's already given. So that means you'll just plus it with that known height. So it's more like what you now need to do is to find that height, EG. Then you look at a triangle that is connected to that EG, and you realize this is a triangle which is connected to EG. I think you've got enough information. You've got that, then you can calculate that, and then you're going to say EF is going to be equals to EG, that you plus it with, you can say GF. By so doing, you will score yourself 3 marks, and that's how you score yourself full marks for this question. I hope all that I've explained, it does make sense. So remember, guys, make sure that you catch up on the lessons that I've done where I take you through an introduction to this chapter, and I have done some questions where I was solving this type of questions. So just make sure to catch up on my recorded lessons so that you can apply that knowledge and that understanding to this question. So guys, I do thank you very much for joining. My name is Desmond, and I'm out.